it's Kira with Usborne Books and More. In this video I want to show you some of my favorite fictional storybooks that are great to have around your house. This first one is my absolute favorite. This is called Nibbles the Book Monster. And this is about a little monster who nibbles on everything from clocks, socks, to toys, toes, but especially he loves to nibble on books. And so you can see that he nibbles his way out of the book. And he goes into a whole bunch of different fairy tales and just causes all kinds of problems with the characters in the stories and changes the outcome, and it's just really cute how he changes up the fairy tales. But then you can see at the end of Jack and the Beanstalk, the last story, the golden goose picks up Nibbles, takes him back to his cage, and throws him in. You have to hurry and shut the door on him. And it says, don't take your eyes off him for even 1 second. Then you start to hear nibble, chew, gnaw. And you open up the cage to find that he has gone out the back of the book. So really, really cute little story that's really fun and engaging. Your kids are going to love. We also have, as you saw in the new titles video, the sequel to that book called Nibbles Dinosaur Guide, which is also a ton of fun. This is a cute story called What Will Danny Do Today? And the thing I love about this one is that your kids get to help choose what happens in the story. So for example, it will say, what should Danny wear today? Will he choose spotty, stripy, or plain clothes? So they are going to choose which one should he do. And then, what should he have for breakfast? How should he get to school? What is he going to do at school? Like that. And just really, really fun, engaging for kids. Fun story that they'll want to read with you over and over again. This one is really adorable, called A Tale of Two Beasts, told from the perspective of the little girl and then the little raccoon that she finds. And so, as the story goes, she takes this little raccoon home, she cares for him, feeds him, gives him a little house, but he decides to escape, and so he disappears, and she's wondering what happened to him, and he comes back, and she decides, well, maybe he's not so strange after all. And then the second part is told from his perspective, and it's really funny because you get to hear how his take on it and what this little girl is doing to him. So he talks about how she feeds him squirrel food, and she takes him and puts him in a box and takes him for walkies, long walkies, backwards and forwards, and shows him off to all her friends, makes him disgustingly clean, he says. So he decides to escape, but then he gets cold and decides to come back for the hat and scarf she gave him before. And she wakes up and he sees her and decides, oh, maybe she's not so terrible after all. So that's a really cute, fun little engaging story. Cordelia is perfect for teaching your kids how to believe in themselves and to never give up in spite of what others might think. This little girl can fly, and she has all these amazing adventures until the day that someone tells her, you can't fly. People don't fly. It's not possible. So she gets a little bit sad, and you can see the pictures actually turn gray as it's portrayed how she feels and her emotions. But eventually she decides that she doesn't have to listen to people. Doesn't matter what they say. And so she runs and jumps and she takes off flying again and ends up having fun, just like she used to. So all about believing in yourself and not letting other people tell you what you can or can't do. Jonathan James and the What If Monster is also a really fun one about this little boy who has a what if monster that follows him around. And in the story that starts out, and this one actually rhymes, which is a lot of fun, but the what if monster is filling his head with all these doubts and these worries, like, what if it's dark? What if it's scary? What if there's something giant and hairy? So he's worried about that monster under his bed. And then what if he loses the race, and all these worries until he decides, wait a minute, I don't need to listen to you, what if monster. I'm in control here, and I don't have to be afraid. And so he decides to conquer his fears and realizes, what if I succeed, and what if I have all these amazing, incredible adventures, and what if I live life to the fullest, is the basic message. But I love those two books, Cordelia and Jonathan James, because of those awesome morals that you're teaching your kids as you read them a fun story. So those are some of my favorites. I hope you enjoyed them and found some great ones that your kids will love.